Ron and Kevin Harvick Incorporated 33.
The pace has slowed down from qualifying about 2 seconds. So these guys are pacing themselves somewhat.
David Ruderman has been on and off pit road. Jorge Getters has been on and off pit road as well. And the front four in the race there running nose to tail with the one-lap car in the middle. We'll see if any of them peel off this time and head for the pit lane.
You can see Marcus Ambrose is waving. So I think he'll be coming in.
Yep.
Or he's just trying to get a little air. I mean, I know one time at Talladega, I was following Dale Earnhardt and Kenny Schrader, and I was wondering why they had their hand out the window, and finally I realized I was sweating a whole lot. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And I put my hand out the window, and I put my whole arm out, and I come out, take my gas cap off. I took it out a little too far.
At 190 miles an hour?
Yeah.
So Marcus Ambrose out of the lead group to his pit stall, Gary.
Two-time Australian supercar champion with a brand new race car. Very excited about it this weekend, and he has been saying all along, keep an eye on us. He's been under the radar a little bit, but he has been a contender. Let's take a look now at his pit stop. We're anticipating routine service.
One thing I happen to see here, when they hit the lugs on the left front, a lot of brake dust. It'll be very interesting to see what happens here.
Tremendous amount of brake dust, Randy. We've seen that repeatedly on these cars in.
Greg Biffle down pit road in his stall now. 4 tires and fuel. Biffle is surging rapidly through the field. Started in the rear after missing qualifying today, but he had gotten to 16th under green, and now he was 10th coming in for this pit stop. He's down and away.
Troubles on the front tires there on the 50 pit stop.
If we get a chance, we need to see his signboard. He's supposed to have a trick signboard out this week.
Yeah. Robbie Gordon has been on and off pit road. That's Kyle Krislav following Biffle off the pit lane.
These guys have to be very careful when they leave pit lane here. There's a white line. You cannot go underneath that white line. They want you to blend. That's a blend line. They want you to stay above that. It's probably not a bad thing because some of these guys are using it all up if they're even on the racetrack.
So Ron Fellows, the race leader, and Patrick Carpentier, the second place car, not yet coming to pit road. Max Pappas, Niclas Jonsson, Stephen Leight, they have not pitted. I think interesting on the racetrack is that Scott Pruitt is out ahead of Boris Said for the cars who have stopped already. We'll see how that plays here in a second when this cycle of pit stops comes through.
Here you have team cars. You got Ron Hornaday and you got Ron Fellows here, and there's 2 different pit strategies.
Yeah, Hornaday in very early. Of course, at that point, Hornaday had been spun around and drop kicked back a little bit. His Fellows putting a lap on Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the 35 car. This racetrack means so much to Ron Fellows. Has had success here in his professional racing career. Calls the man for whom the circuit is named one of his racing heroes, Gilles Villeneuve. And while a lot of the French-speaking Canadians would like to see Patrick Carpentier a winner, no doubt they take great pride as well into the Toronto area native Ron Fellows if he is able to take the victory today. The 2 Canadians in the top 2 spots. Does he pit here? Coming to the entrance of pit road. And yes, for Fellows.
These guys have got to be very careful, like you said earlier. 30 miles an hour pit road speed. These guys have to be very, very careful.
So Carpentier back out in front, and Fellows heading to his stall. Gary?
Come on, all
The
the way
last
down
time-
to Orange 33, all the way down. 4 tires and gas, be about a can and a half of gas.
Well, there you get the information from the crew on the radio. The last time he ran this circuit, 1989, it was a production Camaro. Here he is now in the 2007 Camping World Chevy for his first service. Let's see how well they can execute. Right side's done, left side being jacked up. Everything looks good at this point for Ron Fellows. They say get him on out of here.
3600, 3600. All clear, 3600.
So that puts the lead back in the hands of Patrick Carpentier, who started on pole, has yet to make a pit stop. We're early in the going in Montreal.
You're looking at Patrick Carpentier, and he is the native son and the fan favorite here in Montreal for this Busch Series event, making his first pit stop of the day. They've been reminding him, because he's certainly not a veteran of the NASCAR Busch Series, that keep it at 3,500 RPM in first gear. They don't want to get a pit lane speed violation. You see the crew over the wall. That's going to be 4 tires and fuel only. No need for a chassis adjustment. The car is working perfectly. They're encouraging him, just ride along and be patient. It's been a good stop so far for Carpentier as they work on the left side tires, and away goes the 22.
So that hands the lead to Niclas Jonsson, the veteran of the road racing circuits, who is out in front now in the 28 car for Jay Robinson Racing.
One of the things I noticed out on all the pit stops, 2 guys' brakes that had the least amount of brake dust on them was Ron Fellows and Patrick Carpentier.
Might be worth something to him later in the race.
Yes, it will.
So Carpentier rejoins. Jonsson is the leader. There he comes in the 28 car. He's first. Stephen Leight is second. Those 2 cars have not pitted yet. Then things will cycle back around to the guys who have made pit stops already. So we'll keep an eye on this 28 car and then the 90 as well to see when they hit the pit lane.
Well, I think if the 28 ever catches the 77 somewhere today, fellows, Corner Day's going to say, hey, how you doing?
David Ruderman, 99. Jeff Burton, 29. Fighting pretty hard for a spot. That is 16th and 17th.
This is an area that Jeff was telling me that it's very hard to see where you're going. He has a spot under David, but then again, the next corner, David has a spot.
You race side by side for too long, you're just losing time. So Ruderman gets away there, and Burton moves through. And that puts Burton up to 16th place. Here comes Jorge Getters inside of Ruderman. And Greg Biffle as well in the 37. Wow.
That was close.
Yeah. He's got the goalie in his pit. I resisted the glove saving a beauty line there. Come on. Second place is in on pit road, Vince.
That's Stephen Leight. He's just 20 years old, the youngest winner on the Busch Series this year. He won at Kentucky, and they're going to change all 4 tires and give it fuel. But again, no chassis adjustment. They're very happy with the car for Stephen Leight.
Tell you what, he did a very nice job in qualifying.
Yes, he did.
Started in 9th spot today.
Him and Marcus Ambrose are the flagship guys. Uh-oh, the list missing one.
Is that the 90 pit? So Leight will, it is the 90 pit, so Leight will be making a return visit to pit road. You can't afford mistakes.
It's so important here not to make a mistake. But one good thing is on a road course, it's going to, if they do happen to have the lucky dog or a yellow, he will get it back. He did lose a lot of track position, but then again...
Bring the 90 back in.
Jason Leffler just gave up a lot of ground there.
Maybe he's saving his stuff. He's felt...
Well, he had to start at the back, remember? They're in the back of the car.
Pit road, you got to pit this time. Left the lug nut off left front.
All right, that's Stephen Light's radio. Here is the race leader, Niclas Jonsson, on pit road for his stop. Lap 17. He will be the last of the lead lap cars to come to the pit lane. Vince?
That's Niclas Jonsson. He's from Sweden, and he has been impressive here this weekend. He's done a nice job in adapting to these big cars. He is a veteran of the sports car series, and you see they're having a little trouble there on the left side, but finally get it off. They're going to get 4 tires and fuel here as well, and no chassis adjustment expected on the 28 either.
Looks like the car fell off the jack when they tried to get it going on the right side. So... not the smoothest of pit stops in the world for Jonsson.